In my restless dreams, I see that game series, Silent Hill. We always said we'd come back to it. And hey, what do you know? We are. Here it is. We're playing Silent Hill 2, Restless Dreams, on the original Xbox. Now, even though this game was originally released on the PlayStation 2, we are playing the Xbox version because the Xbox version has additional content that is lacking in the original PlayStation version. The PlayStation Greatest Hits version has all the same content that the Xbox version has. Now, hopefully in a minute or two, we're going to get to go through the opening and let you guys take a look at that. But Silent Hill 2 is, of course, the sequel to Silent Hill, and is a action-adventure game of the survival horror subtype, made by Konami in, I think, 2001. In fact, this game was the game that I got my PlayStation 2 for. I was so invested in seeing this game, playing this game, that... Oh, there we go.
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
And that there is James. He's our protagonist of this story. And let's just enjoy this music for a little bit and enjoy some of the imagery that we get to see.
Taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James. I don't look like a ghost, do I?
Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life.
Lost? Just like that stupid dog. He had it coming too.
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
What's a little girl like you doing here anyway?
Huh? Are you blind or something?
Oh, it's you. Just put the gun to their head.
I am. You want me to be?
So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but she ran away.
We've got to find her.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Alright, and there you go. That is the opening to Silent Hill 2. I mentioned that this was the game that I bought my PlayStation 2 for, and it was one of the best investments that I ever made. I still get a lot of good use out of my PlayStation 2. But that opening still gets to me. I can remember following this game when it was coming out. Like every little bit of information that came of it, I I saved and downloaded that opening. It's still on my computer somewhere, just to watch because I like the music so much. In fact, I think Silent Hill has great music. In fact, a lot of Konami games have really good music. But that's enough rambling. We are going to, well, not exactly start a new game. We're going to continue from a game I have already finished. Let's see if I did this right. Nope, this is just the game results. Alright, now you see here we have the main scenario called Letter from Silent Hill. That is the main game. We have a sub-scenario here called Born from a Wish. That was a extra game that was added on this version of the game. But we're going to go through the main story right now. Similar to the original Silent Hill, we can of course pick our difficulty level, which is our action level right now. We're going to of course play on normal. But we also have the option of picking our riddle level. And that is how complex or difficult the puzzles are going to be through the course of the game. We're just going to go with normal again. So I want to show off the game to you more so than try to get a good score for going through it on hard mode and whatnot. Alright, James, what's going on? Now, at the time of this recording, this game is about 15 years old, give or take. And I still think that it looks beautiful. This was, you could arguably say, a launch title. It was one of the early titles for the PS2. So, even early in the life cycle, it looks so good.
Could you really be in this town?
Alright, now we have control James. And we got good old tank controls. If I press forward, he walks forward. Press back, he walks back, and I can turn him to the right or to the left. Now, he doesn't have a weapon right now, but if he did, he would just hit the trigger, the right trigger in this case, and he would go into his weapon stance, and then you would fire with the A button. Now, the Xbox controller, the original Xbox controller, has, of course, X, Y, A, and B, but it also has the black button and the white button. If we hold down the black button, James will jog. James doesn't book it quite as fast as Harry does, and he'll get more tired more quickly. And here's our first little item. This is the blue gem. Now, James has some gear on him already. He has a photo of his wife. That's Mary, back when she was still healthy. He also has a letter from her. But now he has this blue gem. This blue gem is what we need to get one of these special endings that's only in this version of the game, the Restless Dreams or the Greatest Hits. We can't use it just yet, but we'll get a chance to use it soon. James is hanging out in this bathroom, but now we're going to go outside. And yeah, that background over there, it kind of looks just like just a picture. I don't know if that's just...
In my restless
Oh, I don't want to
dreams,
interrupt this monologue.
I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never
got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
So there you have it. The setup for this game is that James got a letter from his dead wife saying that she's actually waiting for him somewhere in Silent Hill, as opposed to the first Silent Hill where Harry lost his daughter and he was looking for her. Alright, we got a map of Silent Hill. And if we press the Y button, we're going to take a look at the map. Now, we're actually in the southern part of Silent Hill. If you look up there, where it says Paleville and the Lakeside Amusement Park, that was the northern part of Silent Hill. That's where most of the first game took place. And you know what? This game has been talked about and analyzed and discussed to death, and I was a part of a lot of those discussions. But one thing that a lot of people, I don't think, really bring up is that Harry's wife also died of some unnamed disease not long after he and she visited Silent Hill. Well, we're not getting in this way. It's all gated off. Can't go any further. By car, I guess I'll have to walk. And up there, you may notice that it says Paleville, 10 miles. I'm assuming 10 miles. Old Silent Hill, 50. And Brahms, 265. I want you to think about that for a second. Brahms is 265 miles away. In the first game, Sybil said she was from the neighboring town of Brahms. Either those numbers are screwy, or Silent Hill is already starting to mess with us. Alright. Well, there are a few more things I want to get out of the way before we get much further into the game. And one of those things is that the game has 6 different endings that you can possibly get. Let's say 2 of them are gag endings, and the other 4 are more serious endings. 3 of those endings you have to specifically get. You have to do things to get them. And either you do them and you get them, or you don't. That's all there is to it. That's why we have that blue stone. Now, I will collect all the items and do all the things that we need to get those extra endings, and I think I'll show them all off in a special bonus video. But the other 3 endings, 3 more serious endings, happen sort of organically depending on the actions you take during the course of the game. Now, if you know what these endings are, you can do things to make them more likely to happen, but they're still not necessarily guaranteed. I'm going to try to aim for a very specific ending, and those of you watching who know the endings will probably realize the actions that I'm taking to aim more towards that ending. But again, we're just going to play through it and see what ending we get. Now, for a long time, I did not know about this, but if we check out this well, there's something in the well. What's that? Looking at this makes me feel like someone's groping around inside my skull. Gives me a weird feeling. Well, that little red piece of paper is our save point. And yeah, I have a memory card plugged into my Xbox controller. We don't need to save just yet, so we're gonna just skip saving. We're gonna get on with the game. It is not snowing in this game. In this game, it is just mist. Using the left trigger, I can position the camera behind James instead of letting it just go where it wants. And a lot of times it's better to have it behind us. Oh, do you see that? Do you see that out there in the mist? I see a person over at that gravestone. How about we go say hello? Alright, and that's the first other human being that we've met so far.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah. I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay,
It's...
I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone.
Who is it?
Someone very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your
No,
problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Well, that is our first living person that we've met so far. She hasn't introduced herself yet.
Aren't you looking for someone?
That's right.
But she, just like us, has come to Silent Hill looking for someone. Alright, let's get out of this little graveyard. Even though there's a house here, we can't check it out. I think the game developers may have missed the boat on that one. They should have put something there. But we still got a long walk ahead of us before we even get into Silent Hill proper. We're actually still out over here in the woods somewhere. And I still remember very clearly the first time I played this. Every noise, every sound made me think that there was something behind me, following me around. Oh, and what do we have here, talking about sounds? Got a chainsaw. And that looks like bloodstains on those logs. Now the chainsaw is not actually the first weapon you get. This is a special reward we have for having gone through the game already. Now, we have to, of course, start up the chainsaw before we can use it, but it is immensely powerful. James mostly does those swipes back and forth with it, but I think he can also jab forward with it. The Silent Hill Ranch. We cannot go in there and play with the horses. Oh, but I see what looks like maybe an RV over there in the mist. You know what? Another thing I should probably bring to our attention is we can look at Mary's letter anytime we like, and it goes through that opening that we had just gotten. So I mentioned that Silent Hill was the game I bought my PlayStation 2 for. But what I didn't mention is that I bought Silent Hill 2 before I had bought my PlayStation 2. I actually went in with a buddy of mine, and we went in half and half on buying a copy of Silent Hill 2. The idea was we would have co-ownership of it, and we would, switch back and forth who had it when. But he had a PS2. So the first night that I bought this, he and I and another friend of mine spent all night playing with it. Until eventually he got too tired and wanted to go off and go home. And long story short was we stole his PlayStation 2 so we could keep playing Silent Hill. And we stole it from him. We didn't say, hey, we're going to borrow this, and we hung on to it for the night. He went home with his PlayStation 2. We went with him to say goodbye. My other friend distracted him while I stuffed his PlayStation 2 into a garbage bag and walked out with it. Thankfully, he took it all in good spirits. He just picked up his PlayStation 2 the next day. And I apologized, and I said, you know what, I don't think this co-ownership is a good idea, and I paid him immediately the other half of the cost of Silent Hill 2. And I guess a day or two later, I went and got my own PlayStation 2. Alright, we are now in Silent Hill. Where is it? There we go. And we have first aid kits to heal us for a lot of damage, and we will get energy drinks at some point to heal us for smaller amounts of damage. And James is here over by the flower shop, but he wants to get up over there by the Rosewater Park. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up Lindsay Street to Nathan Avenue. Let's see what happens. Oh, what's this? Are these marks blood? Oh, somebody in the mist. That shadow just now. Well, James wants to check out that shadow. And I mean, he really wants to check out that shadow. If we try going another direction, he'll just turn around on us. There we go. There's our health drink. Oh, more bloodstains in the road. Now, we didn't have to stop over here, but we are going to stop here because there are a couple of health drinks. We like health drinks. There's also a save point. And this time we will save. Alright, I didn't check out the option menu, but just like with the original Silent Hill, we can go through all these normal configurations. We also have extra options, where we can change some of our effects. Now, I think in this case, we are going to use the ammo adjustment. I'm going to use the ammo adjustment in this case, because I'm not going to spend as much time combing the streets and the corners looking for additional items. And on top of that, we're not going to actually do a whole lot of fighting. I may have mentioned that your actions during the course of the game will determine the ending. And one of the things that will help determine your ending is how you deal with monsters. Oh, I hear something. I also see something. Alright, and that right there is our first enemy. Now, I think these enemies are called laying figures, but I've always either called them patient demons or straitjackets. So they kind of resemble a person in a straitjacket. And James also has our real first weapon, a plank. And I think, as any person would in this situation, he just hits it over and over again with the stick.
Is it dead? What the hell is it? It's not human.
Nope, that's all we got going on over here. Let's get the heck out of here.
Oh yeah. This thing broken? What the? I'd better take it anyway. I might need it.